OT. That good dog. Got me. Looking. Feel like Johnny. Louis Vuitton on Miller when I walk through the wine in the kitchen with the chicken kind of print like big dog got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dane. Deep muddy water stick carrying my cash. Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty by baby from dirty bag with a dirty case. Now down your block, light it up with flames. Chopping on the block, wide leg, doing jumper chase.
I don't know why I had to clear my throat right at the beginning of that, but here we are. Here we are. It's the Koopa. A little bit of mark on top. Go ahead and just subscribe, do a like, do all the things. And what we are doing today, as you can clearly see by the title here, we're doing some self-doubt talks. We're in the Fire Tower. God damn it, it's something with a T. And hope everybody is having a good whatever day I upload this on, because today I will learn you about a certain specialty that occurs here within us, the neurosis of self-doubt, and how to externally quell it. Because, we're always going to say, oh, just think better thoughts about yourself, whatever. But there are signs in the world that you're not a shit person and that people actually like you. So, in order to remove the chains of self-doubt, see what I said there? See, I put the video title in there. Sometimes you need to know what you're looking at. You need to know how good you are. So here are some signs that you indeed are attractive to multiple people. And nobody's just gonna walk up to you and say, "Hey, you're hot as fuck." No one's gonna do that, especially if you're a guy. If you're a girl, this video may not be for you. But I know most of my audience are males, so we're not gonna worry about that. We're not gonna worry about that. We're not gonna worry about the opposite sex at all, except when we worry about the opposite sex. Yeah, it's natural red pill dating advice for you. But yeah, let's work on our confidence today. Let's become better versions of ourselves, just through the small act of awareness. And awareness is sexy as fuck. Yeah. So our first sign that you are attractive, more attractive than you think, are compliments. And of course, if you get compliments, you're an attractive guy. But we're talking about the random compliments in particular. What do I mean about these random compliments? They don't necessarily have to be like a baseline thing, like I like, your shoes or your shirt or whatever. Like those are just the normal physical compliments, right? What I'm talking about is, and I will give you a real life example of this in real ass life. I go on walks daily, as I've told you guys, and I just kind of walk around the neighborhood, just go wherever, just chill out, smoke a little bit, do my thing, right? And as I'm on one of these walks, what happens to me is just like a couple weeks ago or so. I'm walking by this guy. I think he's like tending his yard. He's got like a rake or something. He's just kind of, hustling around. And I let out, I shit you not, I swear you not, the most rambunctious, powerful, earth-shattering burn I have probably ever let out before. And I was sort of near him, sort of close to him, and he was like, "Nice," and I'm like, "Yeah," like compliments like that just tell you that you have aura. That's not a normal thing. I feel like not even normal guys would compliment, because me personally, I love burps. Obviously, I love to burp. I'm not going out and saying nice burp to everybody who just like randomly walks by. And I have no recollection. I just walked by his house. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. And he just wanted to show his appreciation for the joy that I gave him, even though I'm just some random black dude, and walking along, probably shirtless at that time. But however I was looking, he was just like, you know what? I need to tell him. He needs to know. He needs to know that burp changed my life. So things like that. And then the smaller behavioral compliments, like some people will say, "You're just so calm." I remember I got a weird compliment. It was kind of like a backhanded compliment. And then I forget how exactly it was worded, but I was at work and they were like, "Does anything ever like throw you off or get you off balance? Like I've never seen you get off center or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the exact nature of the compliment was. And I'm like, yeah, you just stay calm, just stay cool, calm, collected. I don't know. It'll happen one day. I don't know. Who knows? It's just one of those compliments that you're just like, you know? Like, what am I supposed to say to that? What am I supposed to say to that? Um, but yeah, I would say definitely, you don't have to like keep like a journal or anything, but definitely just take notes of your compliments. Take notes of what people routinely go back to in the compliment rule book because I do like to dress well. So I do get a lot of those. But when I get compliments that aren't about my appearance or my outward dressing, how well my outfit looks, I do like to take note of those because you have to realize we are more than our aesthetics, and the world really doesn't want us to believe that. And in a lot of cases, when you have a bad aesthetic, um, nobody wants to go further down and see that you actually have value beyond that. But when you do have a good aesthetic, a lot of people don't go beyond the surface level and say, he looks good. So he can, one, get a lot of people, and two, probably an asshole. And they're right about one of those things. So, honestly, who's wrong here? Who's really, who's really pulling the strings? All right. Um, I feel like I've expired most of the juices out of this topic. So we'll move on. Let me go into the gameplay a little bit. We are in this fire temple, and a little puzzle with the fire temple is that you have to turn on and off lights because it's fire. We are nearing the end here. This is the last couple of floors, and essentially up here there are like a few more light puzzles, but it's mostly just fighting these three bosses. You break the chains, and then we fight the main boss, the main guardian. So that's what we'll be doing for the rest of the episode. Let me go ahead and get into this second sign that you, my friend, are an attractive motherfucker. You get the stares, and we're not talking about the just people like staring at you with their mouth agape, but you get people that are staring at you, but then when you look at them, they immediately look away from you. And I get this a lot, and I used to interpret this the wrong way, like people were kind of like making fun of me or like just thought I looked weird or thought there was something off about me. But usually it's just they're attracted. And that's honestly, guys, think about it. That is what attraction means. When you're attracted to something, you kind of want to inspect it, investigate it. You don't understand it all the way. Um, and yeah, you can be attracted to something that you don't necessarily want like a relationship with. You're just pulled towards it. It's like a force. So when people have that and they immediately stare away, when they're looking at you and you look at them and they stare away, um, what they're mentally signaling is basically safety because they don't want that rejection from you. They don't want that rejection from you. And right now they are doing technically a rude thing. Like you're not supposed to stare at people. Um, for whatever reason. I don't know why that's a rule. I think it's because eyes really are a portal into the soul. And whether you want to believe it or not, people can feel that when you put your soul on them for too long. I know I can. I definitely can feel eyes from nowhere, and I think a lot of women can do this too. Um, where you're just like, what the fuck is like? Why do I feel this weird way? Like that one song, like, oh, it feels like what to me. Yeah. So what you can do when you sense this is I like to actually, give a portal to the soul. If I think they look good, I'll stare back until they stare back at me, and then I will smile, give a little thumbs up, give a little approval. And usually that makes me feel better. That makes I don't know if that makes them feel better, but usually they give a smile back or they'll, like nod and then move on. Or we'll have a conversation. But either way, this is a telltale sign that they at least want something from you. The thing is, a lot of times I would take the look away as, oh God, they really hate me and they just wanted to look at me for really long or whatever. But people are just nervous. Everybody is nervous. I don't know one motherfucker who ain't nervous, anxious wreck. I don't know anybody like that. I don't know anybody like that. Um, what you have to realize is They just want a chance and they don't want to die. And rejection is death. And everybody wants an extra life, another option. Because everybody, especially guys, we feel like we're out of options. We feel like we are optionless, which is just not true. It's just not true. It's just finding people in the regular way is damn near impossible. I'm working on that. I'm routinely heading out to the library because if I stay inside, I'm just going to goon all day. I mean, it's true. Just gonna goon all day. But if I plan my day around things, around activities to be outside and be sociable, um, people will come. Especially I'd say if you have the same social outlet. If you're going to the same place every week, every month, every year, people are just gonna find out who you are, and I'm so disgusted with this, which is why I kind of just don't want a relationship ever. People will find out who you are, find out your routines. One girl that you don't even know about is going to find out about you for like 3 months, and then find out your schedule, and then just randomly talk to you like, "Oh my gosh, who are you?" And then it's gonna naturally, organically form into something. When in reality, the girl's just like a manipulative, crazy person. And you'll be good. You'll be happy because you won't know that. But yeah, I feel like that's how most relationships kind of form. And that's okay. That's just the way of the world. But I feel like the reason why we're all so mentally depressed and disgusting and annoying is because we just know too much. Like back in the like 80s, 70s, you would never know this intrinsic details about female nature and vice versa. Girls wouldn't know all this shit about being a guy, about the workplace, or whatever. I feel like we're getting way off topic here, but I feel like this whole workplace shit, like the workplace is a man's world. I feel like the workplace isn't in anyone's world. It ain't a human world for sure. So the 9 to 5 needs to be abolished, in my opinion, because maybe it wasn't broken when we just had a bunch of guys there who can just fall in line and be part of the herd and just work and die and no stress. But now that we have girls in there, we're fucked. We are actually fucked. At least me. I can't do retail at all. I cannot do office at all. I can't do anywhere where I have to physically be around other women. I can't do it. Or men, honestly, because some guys, they just like drama. They just like gossip. They just like being a toxic individual. And there's choices to life. You can do that. Sure. I'm sure in a friend group it's completely fine. There's no problems with that. But when there's money involved, when there's money involved, that's when the problems arise. I am paid to be here. And when I'm paid to be here, you're gonna have to pay me more to deal with your bullshit. You're gonna have to pay me a little extra if you want me to talk to you. You disgusting individual. Ugh. But crazily enough, I don't even need to pay you guys to sit here and watch this Dragon Quest. I don't need to pay myself to sit here and make it because I just love making it so much. I don't need to pay myself to talk in general. As long as we're having good, insightful, uh, vibrant conversations, I'm there. But a lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people just want to talk about what breaks you, your flaws, your issues. Of course, that is what we're talking about now. But um, moving on from complaints. I get a little vindictive here, as you can clearly see. I've been in an angry mood lately. Um, Having to goo my soul out lately, and we all know we're moving away from that. We're moving away from that. So whenever I do it, it just makes me feel bad, makes me feel angry, all these emotions and whatnot, like I'm a failure. And there's just no need for that. There's just no need for these kind of feelings associated with something that is just a soothing technique, just a thing. You got to stay neutral as fuck, and also you got to stay in the mind so that you don't neurosis over that bullshit. Don't really matter too much. It's just a thing. It's just an event, and now you need to worry about just not doing it for as long as you know don't want to do it next. But I feel like my visions for the future don't have me doing that in it. So it kind of just frustrates me because I want to be in the future already. But we have time. I have plenty of time to fix this. You know, I've got plenty of time to fix this, and now that I'm very serious about it, I am very sure that it's gonna get solved. Just have to trust myself. And this is another thing. We're going back to attraction signs because if I don't know if I will be able to Complete them all at the end of this episode. This is going to be a long one. I can already tell. So we're going back to attraction science. This is another thing with me, with my problems, because most of my problems are, ding, 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 you guessed it, relationship problems. I mean, what else do I talk about here all the time? Um, but yeah, number three for being attractive is that we rarely have to trace people. You know, we attract too many invitations, and this definitely was me. But back in the day, I never rejected anyone, which is why it felt like I was getting so many invitations because I literally never like if somebody wanted to, yeah, I would. And the problem with that is I'm a very open individual. I'm a very, very open-minded individual. Um, and usually, like most people, I really don't know what's good for me. I really don't know who's got my best interest at heart. Um, and because of that, because of this, oh, I'm too good to chase, even though my intentions are clear. I missed out. I blocked a lot of my blessings. I blocked a lot of my blessings. I'm not gonna deny that. I mean, and maybe they weren't even blessings. Maybe these people that you know I was seeing all these choosing signals from and all these signs from. Maybe they really didn't want me in the first place. But the fact that the shot was never shot, I still feel like is a mistake. I can't just justify it in the back of my head like, oh, it's been so long and they haven't talked to me in forever, so they obviously never cared about me. Like, no, you should have just gone in there. But now that I'm looking at my life, I am not proud of not trying, but I'm glad that things didn't get unraveled in an unhealthy way. Because of the non-tangling I did, it was very easy to slip out, This is different towns and cities we live in now. So, it's a chill occurrence. And me, I do not like to reach out to people like at all. Like I always feel like I'm bothering people. Because if you've ever listened to any of these videos, usually like 90% of the time when people reach out to me, they are bothering me because I'm always doing important things. Because everything I do is important. Because it's my life. So usually I am the type that doesn't like to be interrupted unless I'm gooning, then definitely interrupt me because I don't want to goon. And lately, that has been all I'm doing, So lately, I'm like, please interrupt me, except for when I'm doing anything else, you know. But yeah, it's a struggle because I feel like I am like the world's biggest hypocrite, and it's so funny. I feel like the people who hate hypocrites the most are always the biggest hypocrites, and I don't like hypocrites. I really don't. But that's me, and I get super pissed off. Nowadays when people I like don't chase me because I'm like, why? What? Everybody else that doesn't like me is going crazy. But that's how life is supposed to work. So don't be mad at that, please. That is literally like that's the law of attraction in by definition, essentially. Um. So yeah, jokes on you if you think the things you naturally want are gonna fall in your lap. You have to work for everything. Even when you get the relationship that falls into your lap, you got to work to keep it. It's a part-time job. It's a part-time job. And sometimes you gotta realize I don't have enough experience for this work. I don't have the right education for this work. Maybe I shouldn't lie on my resume. All this shit. Um, but yeah, that's number three. You rarely chase people. And maybe that's just because I'm a pussy, but I've never had to. Every time I've wanted a relationship, I just kinda there. Except for lately, which I think is a good thing. Which I personally think is a good thing. I need a little bit more training, I think, to truly cultivate what I want in the future. Like I got a vision for that shit. So if you want to get the right thing in your life, you just gotta manifest it, attract it. And once again, that does annoy me. Like I was saying before, that's why I really don't see myself in another relationship where I quote unquote fall in love. Because right now I have way too much intuition. I see too many things in the future. And it'll just feel so disingenuous to me. Like, oh yeah, I'm totally falling for you. Yeah, I got low battery. I got low latency for that authenticity. Because I'm just gonna see shit. I'm just gonna see shit. I'm gonna get more cynical. Because well, the no friends thing, the no friends and the neurosis and the They're running around in my own hamster wheel for the podcast. Yeah. So hopefully this library thing pans out, and I meet some cool people, guys, gals, that actually want to talk about things that matter, and not what we saw on TikTok 2 days ago. But sometimes you do see some shit that matters on TikTok. Let's be real. Let's be real. Sometimes them TikToks, they speak to you. They spit to your soul. Okay, number 4. People assume you're already taken. Boy, has this happened too many times, or maybe not too many times. So I'll tell a funny story. I was out in California, North Hollywood, and we were doing the dancing, the bar hopping, the clubbing thing. And I'm a guy who likes to wear. Well, I guess I used to. I like to wear rings. So that day I just had one on. I was flirting with someone, and then they got like really mad at me. And then they like said, I don't remember exactly what they said. It was like something like about a wife. And they just left. And I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? And I did not realize until like maybe later, like the next day. I was taking like my ring off, and I'm like, oh wait, that's weird. And I did not think it looked like our wedding ring. It looked like I don't have a picture of it anymore because when I moved, I left a lot of my materialistic objects there. But it was like a golden ring with like a pharaoh on it or something. It was like a weird one. I feel like it was way too big to be a wedding ring. So I don't know. Maybe people don't really look at the fingers. They just kind of look at the fact that there is something on the fingers, nighttime and shit. But yeah, super fucking weird. And I didn't think I was flirting that hard. I just said, I think she said something about her house, and I was like, let me come over. It's a joke. Yo, can I come over? No. Yeah. See, the thing is, though, these jokes actually work. It's a joke until it's real. So if she would have said, yeah, I would have been like, well, we're done tonight. But yeah. If you've ever been out to the club, though, especially nowadays, that do not happen no more. I think it happened for me like one time, and it wasn't really like an authentic thing, like we met online before. So at least to me. And I don't find myself an ugly person. I do find myself to not be an outgoing person. So that's probably why. That's probably why. I don't think I was the best flirt ever, in life. And I think that's a good thing. I think nerfing your flirtness, when you look this good, probably a wise choice. It's because I enjoy to dress well as well. Like I look good, sure. But I also like to dress well. You gotta nerf yourself a little bit, man. You don't want all that attention, motherfucker. Because, number 5, I'm gonna tell you why you don't want the attention. You get asked for help more. When you're attractive, a lot of people will just automatically go for you. And this happens to me. One time I was wearing blue in Walmart. Motherfucker's just like, hey, can you? I do not work here. You see the best bitch? You see the best bitch? It happens. It happens. It's happened to my brother in Target. He actually works at Target now, funnily enough. But, yeah. People just naturally assume that, because you are attractive, you know more. You're more official. You have more power. You have more agency in the situation, in any situation. So especially I get asked this in marks of authority, like when somebody wants me to go ask someone something, or when somebody wants me to go confirm something with a higher management or a higher power. I'm usually the first person in the group that's like, DeMarcus, go do this, and then I have to middle finger you, or donkey punch a bitch. Don't donkey punch bitches. Just donkey punch the idiots who deserve it. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the get asked for help one because I feel like that's fairly self-explanatory. Damn it, charge your battery, DeMarcus. What are you doing? Okay. What number 6 is your friends. Your friends. You see, the thing is, when you're attractive, you just kind of get idolized and disturbed, and you get a lot of jokes said about you in the friend group. But most often, when you're kind of like the stable hot person, hot girl, hot guy in the friend group, what they're gonna say a lot is they're gonna make a joke about you being the mean person, about you being the heartbreaker, about you being so standoffish. And that's because when you're attractive, everything mean you say comes off like 8,000 times more mean because you don't want mean things to come from attractive people. And it's the same thing with the nice stuff. It's the same thing with the nice stuff. That's why I always move forward with kindness first. because it's like a multiplier buff being attractive, you know? Same thing with being black. I feel like when you're black, everything you do is times three. And when you're attractive, everything you do is times five. So I have a times eight multiplier on me. What the fuck am I supposed to do but be kind? Like if I do 1 inch of meanness, they're gonna be throw him in jail. Throw him in jail. He didn't respond to her. He didn't respond to her. Like it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, a lot of friends joke about this in a loving way. Um, it is not a joke. It is not all love. And that's just a fact of life about friends, guys. I'm sorry. When you're attractive, a lot of people are so easy to just be like, he'll find more friends. No worries. Cut him off. He's mean anyways. He didn't say anything, so he doesn't need friends. So easy. So easy, you know? Um, because you just kind of automatically think they have so much power, you know? They have so much strength right there on the surface. You can see it. You can see their power level. It's over 9,000. 9,000 voters. Okay, that was weird. I promise to never do that again for the next 5 minutes. But yeah, the jokes. Of course, you're gonna know, you're gonna feel when someone is truly there for you. But trust your intuition on that. I'd say a lot of times people crash out because of the whole mean girl situation. Girl on girl drama is real. Women abuse. That woman, she's a Bruce. Okay, I promise I'll stop being dumb. But yeah, your friends, man. Hopefully they're good people. Hopefully they're people you trust. Hopefully you curated them well. Like I said before, I really didn't curate anything. I just kind of let people in who wanted to be in, which is not a good way to go, especially when you're somewhere like California where there are like thousands of demons. Um, so yeah, it's a struggle to find really good friends who are like there for you when you're just an attractive individual or anyone who values attraction that much. I'd say if you are attractive, just try to not value other people who look like you that much, because many will try to destroy you for your inherent wisdom. Your inherent power level. So some people just want to see something big fall. Strangely enough, it's like House of Cards shit, especially when you're weak. Which is why we'll go on to number 7. People try to intimidate you. No, not intimidate. Imitate. Imitate. It's the highest form of endearment. Imitation. So it's true that it'll happen a lot. And before, I thought it was just because I was funny. I was doing funny stuff that seemed fun to do. Because my outlook on life is just to have fun. If I ain't having fun with it, I'm done with it. And personally, I thought that everybody was doing the same things I was doing because they also wanted to have fun. It's not the case, man. It's not the case, man. They are highly attracted to you. Highly attracted. Um, and this can even be a subconscious thing, really. It's like they don't know why they want to act like you, but when they do, it to me, it sometimes doesn't come off as authentic. It sometimes is like right after you do something, they're like in some or this is something that someone that doesn't comment about video games at all, and then suddenly they make some video game comments, and you're like, okay, okay, this was the last time you picked up the controller, okay, and it's like maybe they just want to like converse with you of some sort. Uh, Perhaps that is the goal, but a lot of times when people try to come to you with a topic that you already know, oh, at least to me, it just makes them seem so dumb because it's like I'm already more well versed on the you than this topic. So unless I'm like teaching you something, like what do you have to add for me? What structure do you have to give on this topic? It's like a neurosurgeon trying to talk to like an astronaut about space travel. It's like, why? What do you? We don't need to talk about. We talk about literally anything else. About literally anything else. Because I don't like that dynamic of the hobby mirroring. But it can go deeper than that. It can go deeper than that. It can just be like, laughing together. It can be certain gestures that you do. This is probably me reading into things too much, but I recall I would like do a pat on the back, for someone at work, or something like that. And then I would see them do that same thing with another coworker, like literally less than a minute later, you know? So things like that, when people mirror you intentionally, sometimes it can be maliciously, sometimes it can be in a way of love. But when people are just doing exactly what you do, it's attraction. They can't help it. And most times it's not even like conscious. It's all subconscious. Um, but yeah, we naturally want to do what we see these attractive people do. It's like why people idolize you. It's why people choke on cocks. Anyways, it's why people idolize YouTubers and movie stars. And they see them do these horrible shits, and they're like, no, I was gonna follow in their exact footsteps. Anyway, you were gonna try to, though. You were definitely gonna try to. So the imitation, I get pissed off at it all the time, 100% of the time. It never makes me happy. But you can turn that around. You can turn that around and know what it truly means to be imitated. It's still love. It's love. Just take it as love. Take it or leave it, and move the fuck on, please. Because if you dwell on things like they keep copying me, they keep doing this, they keep it leads towards a crash out. It leads towards a crash out, and one of the worst crash outs because it's so easy to deny that shit. Like, how you gonna prove that? Um, ain't no way. ain't no motherfucking way. So yeah, it's a slippery slope to start trying to detect that. So I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If this is one of the signs that you are already dealing with, you'll know. You'll know. You won't have to investigate to see who is trying to do exactly what you do. But another thing is number 8, where they're going to mirror your body language. Now, mirroring body language is going to be a little bit similar to imitation, but this one is more like your general aura, the general stances you take, just on general things. Your posture, the way you sit, if you're standing in a certain way, you're leaning. A lot of times at dinners, if I like put my like elbows on the table and then I'm like just looking at them, they'll do the same thing, put the elbows on the table and just kind of look at me with the chin on top of the hands. Things like that. When you see mirrors like that, it's a clear sign of attraction. It's a clear, clear, clear sign. Um, because when you're attractive, people want to feel how you look. So why not just, embody the nature of how your body is shaped? We are very much shape based creatures. I mean that's why they set us up with the blocks and the blocks that go in the holes as kids. And a lot of kids' toys are shape based. A lot of mathematics, the basis of human intellect, is shape based. And so, obviously, what your stupid pea brain finds to be attractive has to do with shapes, the hourglass figure, if you will. Um, and the last one we have here, as we enter into the ice realm, is they will start to enjoy your flaws. Now, I know this may sound crazy, um, but everything about you ain't good, and everything about me ain't good. I know that sounds crazy because a lot of people think there's just a constant good flow of good energy coming out of this thing. Like my dick only spread good energy, which is untrue. There's some piss that comes out of there. There is some stuff that you don't want to drink that comes out of everyone. Everybody's got a shit. Everybody's got a burp. Everybody's got a fart. Everybody's got to take a wee wee. Take a wee wee. Extract all of their bullshit. But sometimes we go around people who give us nothing but positive stimuli. And I'm sorry, guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. But at least I am not blind to your bullshit. I just don't care to show you it. I don't care to let you see that I see it. Inherently, because to me, there's no way I can fix you. There's no way I want to fix you unless you want to fix yourself, and then I'll help you. But unless you explicitly state that, I'm not fucking even, like I'm not jumping into your psyche. There's way too much going on in here. There's way too much going on in this one. There's way too much paperwork to file in the SpongeBob brain. We threw out his name. We threw out his name. Um, and so think about that. Think about the people who are around you and just constantly give you good, 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 good. Um, and just know they're very attractive. They're not seeing your flaws. It's not that your flaws aren't there; they exist. And oftentimes it's good to have these people in our lives that just kind of gas us up. It ain't nothing wrong with someone just not seeing your badness and just letting you float through life without consequences for all the bullshit that you do, as long as you have someone in your life that actually calls you on your shit. For me, that is me. But for you, that can be a different person than yourself. That can be God, that can be your partner, that can be your family, that can be your friend, whatever. You need someone to call you out on your bullshit. You can't just have a bunch of yes men, or you'll turn into like Lil Wayne or Kanye West or something. So nobody wants to lose the plot like that. We all have morals, we all have objections, we all have ways of life, visions for where we want to be, or at least we should, or try to be building that. So if it doesn't line up in the way you think it possibly should be going, it's probably because you don't know your flaws. It's probably because you don't know who's really in your corner. You could have somebody who's like, yeah, go do that thing, go smoke some more weed. Meanwhile, you're drugged out, coked out, you can't get to work on time. You can't buy rent. You can't pay rent, whatever the fuck the terminology is. Um, you're behind on child support, whatever it is. And the thing is, these people really aren't in your corner. They have some sort of agenda that is, maybe even unaware to them. And maybe it's even a subconscious thing on their part. But whatever it is, you need to realize what's happening. As good as these yes men may feel, as good as anything may feel, it's not gonna last forever. I have to remember that about the goon technology. As good as it may feel, it's the chase. It's the actual act of getting there that is the victory. It's like, why would you have a yes man if you didn't inherently already do some good things? I feel like the only people who have yes men and feel like they really need a yes man are people who don't do anything good. If you do actually good things, you want someone there to call you on the bullshit because it feels so good when you are actually oh, here I'm finally switching my controller, thank God. Um when you are doing the good things, and you will get rewarded for it. And when you're doing bad things, you'll know how to do more good things. So if you're someone who actually, has a balance of good and the bad in their life, why would you want a yes man? Maybe like one or two, but why would you want a bunch of yes men if you actually think you're helping the world? It doesn't make. Why is the low battery still think? Oh my God. Okay. Well, I know it's a new controller. I have multiple controllers. So that's probably just while it's charged. I don't know. Who cares? Anyways, guys, the yes men are bad. The yes men are bad. Um, and of course, it's good to have people around that accept your flaws for what they are. I've never said, I just kind of ignore people's flaws. I accept them. I wholeheartedly accept the flaws of others, which is why I just don't need to talk about them. It's like, your sexuality. I don't run around telling people I'm bisexual. But if it comes up, I expect to be accepted. I'm pretty sure trans people don't run around telling people that they're trans, but if it comes up, they expect to be accepted. It's just like the flaws. And you don't need to constantly bring attention to them like an asshole. I slowly, if it's something that can be fixed by me, I slowly nudge them in the direction unless they explicitly state, hey, help me with this problem. And I don't know why so many people don't want to do that nowadays. Like the last problem I wholeheartedly got like things that people wanted help from This was from a guy, right? He was just like, "How do I get out of debt?" I'm like, "Bro, just fucking work. Go back to school." Just dumb fucking questions like that, you know? People get themselves into the worst situations, and then they have to randomly find some guy on the street that they're not too embarrassed about, who knows nothing about them, to give them advice, you know, just because they may look put together. They may look like they have all the answers. And when in reality they don't. I'm just attractive. I'm just attractive, and I know how to talk to people. You know, I'm introverted, but obviously I know how to talk to people. You know, I've talked now for about 45 minutes, so you know I can hold a conversation. I don't even need a person here, and thank God because some of you guys are just very interesting, very interesting. Try not to be as angry and insulting at the end of this one. I want to end it on a good note because being attractive is not a bad thing. I don't think it ever will be a bad thing in any generation. It's always going to be a tool. It's just like the internet. The internet is not a bad thing. It's a tool. Just like being attractive is a tool, but a lot of people feel like that is the only tool. That is the end all be all. That is, heaven, hell, and earth. If you're unattractive, you're dead. And what kind of mentality is that to have? Because last time I checked, there's a lot more to bring into any situation than just appearances. And as a matter of fact, appearances is square one. Appearances is the first 7 seconds. And some people, it's sad because that's kind of like all they have. And that is a lot of attraction. But a lot of attraction is also aura. You can be very attractive and have no aura. So people may like to look at you, but when you look back, they're like, oh God. Oh shit. Let me stop. When you open your mouth, they're like, oh, we don't want to, we don't want that. We do not care. Right? So being attractive will never be a bad thing. It's just, for me, I feel like a lot of people have lost the plot on what to do with their attraction or what the objective of being attracted is. What is that shit? What is that shit? Why do we be attractive? Well, let me tell you, motherfucker. We be attractive. We do be being attractive to advance our social confidence, our SMV. This is mostly a confidence thing. Mostly and wholeheartedly a confidence thing. So you can kind of skip that layer. And a lot of motherfuckers do. As you know, there are a lot of ugly, fat, disgusting fucks, who skip that step and just go directly to confidence. Do not pass go, do not collect $100. But I would say for guys, especially, and that's who's watching this, um, if you are chopped, you can skip the step. You don't even have to invest all this money and energy and go to all these gay ass forums where people are all like, oh, bro, you're like a 7. Oh, bro, you're like a no. Fuck that. Fuck that homoerotic shit. If you're really not gay, fuck all that homoerotic shit. Just be confident. And I know it's so easy, right? I have a couple confidence courses. I'm like such a loser, lame ass teacher. I have a couple of confidence videos, confidence let's plays. I like to call them whatever you want to do. Confidence podcast. This you can run through. I'm pretty sure you can just type in, Control F confidence on the channel or something. But guys, that is the end of the fire realm. Next time we will be doing the ice realm. This was the spicy realm. I hope everybody enjoyed the commentary. It was a different one. It was a different one for sure. In the ice realm, I will get into my theories about that next time. Once again, this is the realm, so we're all on the internet. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I needed. Had to do that morning stretch, but yeah. Ice realm will be very interesting. Pretty wondrous, if I do say so myself. We got a little preview of it just then, and yeah, my theory will continue. The ice realm is going to be where all of the illegal things of the internet happen. And we will get into that. We're gonna just basically call the ice realm the deep web. So it's gonna be pretty cool, pretty funny. Good stories, good characters all around. Right? All right. So, oh, Brad, I forgot we have to go to Estelle's room first. Gotta talk to our baby. Our beautiful girl. Hmm. So we'll talk to her real quick. I think she's just going to tell us about more of her duties as a high priest and all that good stuff that she does. Okay, let me take one last look at my notes here when we finish things off. I'd say in general, guys, if you want to be attractive, um, not only the confidence thing, but people are more attractive to passionate people, people who have something to drive towards, people who have an objective. Because you don't realize, but things like this, like it's just the small things like me having this YouTube channel that I'm actively posting on, having confidence in my work and my music, working towards a centralized goal and building a community, it gives me a lot more confidence. And that's another way you can skip the attraction step. Like it doesn't matter how attractive I really am because I have this confidence in myself and what I'm doing, that I'm helping people in the world. So, go out, help some people, meet some people, do some more things, and yeah, get some more compliments, guys. Remember, I love you. I appreciate you. Everybody have a good whatever day I upload this on. Give a little subly lovely, a lovely subly. And wait, we're going back to the temple? Holy shit, this is a lot of story. This is a lot of story. So Estella actually here has an event where you can give her plushies for various items. Because she loves plushies. It's very cute. So I really don't participate in this one. I don't know where to get the plushies if I'm being real, if I'm being 100 with you. Maybe someone in the chat will inform me. But there are quite a few events like this in this game that I have not even delved into, which is why I love this game so much because it's so relaxing yet there's so like much shit in it. Like why is there so much shit in here? And it looks really good. Like I feel like if WoW would just let me color all of the damn cosmetics, I feel a lot better about playing that game like this because it's not like the graphics of WoW are bad. It's just these are better and I can color anything. So like, why am I playing any other game? Essentially, I can't do cosplays like this in WoW because you can't color anything. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. At least to me. Aesthetics are very important to me. If you want to build emotional attraction to people, because there is a difference, there's that physical and there's that emotional. Do some genuine compliments, and I feel like emotional attraction is really what's going to win over girls and dedication. With women, you just got to put in them hours, dog. Put in them hours to authentically be with her every day. And when I say authentically, I'm saying like don't like do the whole like, oh, I have a question, and then she's like, what's your question? And then you send it at like 9 a.m. and then you wait till like 9 p.m. to send her back and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like no, not this high school shit, but like be on her mind every day. Send her something every day. Memes, texts. Have a weekly hangout. And these genuine compliments that you form throughout this will help you. So subscribe, like, I love you, and we will see you next time.